Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Nye's Growing Space. I'm Nye, or you can call me Nyrisha, the growth coach. And my mission is to share my growth journey in hopes to inspire you on your growth journey. So today's episode is, how did your relationship do during this whole pandemic, during just this past year? How is your relationship holding up? Well, if you know me, I have now been married going on 6 years. We've been together over 10 years. And let me tell you, my family, we're already, very close-knit. Me, my daughter, and my husband, we're very close-knit. We're a very close-knit family. We love being around each other. We love spending time together. So just in general, we're never really apart. So the pandemic and having to be in quarantine and having to be in the house all the time wasn't really that crazy for us. Yes, of course, we got on each other's nerves. Yes, of course, there was arguments over the smallest things and all of that. However, I wouldn't say, oh, wait a minute. And then there was pregnancy hormones there was pregnancy hormones we were dealing with. If you're not familiar, my husband, if you didn't already know, my husband does have MS, multiple sclerosis. So, and he's been having this condition for about almost 2 years. So with adjusting with that on top of pregnancy hormones, I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning of all of this, it was very, very trying. It was very rocky because it was a lot of adjustments and a lot of new territory that we had no experience in. And I can tell you right now, I'm so thankful for our parents, our moms. Both of our moms were there for us. Both of our moms were able to help us in areas of communicating when we were struggling. And it's a blessing to have two moms that are very supportive of our marriage and that want to see our marriage succeed. And so they were able to help us better communicate with each other. They were able to help us understand where the other person was coming from. And at that time, that was very needed. And yes, after being married for 5 years and being together for that long, yes, we still needed help when it came to communicating. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we're blessed enough to have people in our life that are able to help us navigate through that. So first of all, I want to say congratulations to all of the couples that survived this pandemic, that survived the trying times just within this past year, outside and inside of the pandemic. I know it was hard. Like I said, it was hard for us. It was extremely tough for us, and we survived. We definitely made it out stronger. Our communication skills have improved drastically. Our patience with one another have improved. And another great thing is there's no more pregnancy hormones for me. So yes, thank you. I'm just happy that's all over with. But it definitely was a challenge. But again, congratulations. I'm sorry, guys. I was uncomfortable. But congratulations to everybody that made it through, that stuck it out, that was able to continue their relationship and decided to continue, being together and making the relationship work, because it's so easy to call it quits. It's easy to just say, this is not working for me anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. It's easy to say that, but to continue to keep trying and to keep going and to, keep your relationship intact despite, the challenges that you're having. I commend everybody for that, because I know it's hard. And so to the women and men who realize their worth through this pandemic, through this past year, who realize that the relationship that they're in is not for them, that they deserve more than they're getting. If that's you, congratulations to you, because that is also hard. Realizing your worth, realizing that you deserve better and you're worth more than what you're settling for in your relationship. And if the pandemic and this past year has helped you realize that, and you did the hard thing, because it's very hard to leave a relationship that you've been in for a really long time, and because you're comfortable, you're comfortable, and it's, you're in your comfort zone when you're in a relationship. But when you are in something that is just completely unhealthy, whether it's physical, mental abuse, or you're just not being respected in your relationship, whether it's a marriage, you're dating, or you're married, it's hard to let those things go. And it takes a lot for you to even realize your worth and realize that you deserve more. So if that's you, I'm proud of you. I commend you. Keep going. If you left your relationship for a reason, stay out of that relationship. Don't go back to it. It's, if you left it for a reason, if it was unhealthy environment, if it was a toxic relationship, congratulations, you left it, and I'm proud of you. So if there's nobody else that has said that they're proud of you, I am proud of you, because I know how hard it is. I've noticed, I've witnessed people in my life get out of toxic relationships and stay out of toxic relationships, and I know how hard it is. And did you realize that you outgrown your relationship? Maybe it wasn't toxic, maybe it wasn't abusive, maybe it wasn't disrespect, maybe you just realized that I'm growing and I want better out of my life, and I'm trying to achieve more out of my life, and my significant other does not. They don't want to do anything. They're not motivated. They just want to sit, chill, play video games, be on their phone, watch TV, whatever it is. If you've realized and you came to the realization that you've outgrown your relationship and it's time to take a step out after you've observed everything through this past year, congrats to you as well, because there's also nothing wrong with leaving a relationship or getting out of a relationship that you've outgrown. Now, when you're married, it's slightly different. In my opinion, you can't just up and leave a marriage that you've outgrown, because marriage is deeper than that. To me, in my opinion, there's more so communication. You have to communicate with your partner, and then you also can't expect them to just up and be motivated because you're motivated, and up and change the way that they do things because of where you are in life. I would recommend being open to communicating with about your feelings and what you're experiencing and how you feel, and what you would possibly like to see going forward in your relationship. If you want you both to be a power couple and to be motivated and to accomplish different things, you're going to have to communicate that, because like I said, it's not just as simple as just up and getting out your marriage or getting a divorce because you've outgrown this person. However, if you've outgrown them and it's been a long time coming, it ain't been a couple of months, it's been a couple of years, and you've had the patience and you've had the communication, then it may be time to start reevaluating some things and reconsidering some things. I am never the one to tell anybody to get a divorce. Like, I'm not that type of person, but I will tell you to start reevaluating some things and just start considering some things and seeing what it is that you want, and if continuing to be married is still in alignment with your purpose, and if it's, what word am I looking for? If it's still beneficial to you, if it's still of value to you, because I still feel like no matter what, when you're in a relationship, your relationship has to, your significant other should be adding value to the relationship just like you. One person can't just be giving the relationship their all and having all the value in the world, and then the other person is just sitting there just draining them dry. It has to be, you both have to continue to pour into your relationship. So like I said, this season has been nothing short of challenging if you have been in a relationship this entire time, whether you're married or whether you're dating, whatever it is. It has been nothing short of challenging. So again, I commend you all, and just some things to think about. If you haven't sat down and evaluated your relationship over this past year, and you're like, well, I've just been kind of going through the motions. I've just been trying to survive. I've just been trying to make it through. So I just have some things for you to think about. If you haven't, Are you happy in your relationship? This is the first and number one thing that I ask anybody that I love and that I know that have relationship issues, because you're going to have issues. There's no relationship that doesn't have problems. There's no couple that don't argue, that don't have disagreements. But the biggest question is, are you happy? If you are happy in your relationship, great. Then you are already a step there to just finding out what it is that you guys can improve on, where in the areas that you guys can grow in. But if you're not happy in your relationship, you need to find out why. You need to find out what it is in your relationship, in your marriage, that is not making you happy. Is it yourself? Because a lot of the times, I do believe I had a YouTube a while ago talking about you're responsible for your own happiness. So finding out what it is that you're not happy about and what it is that you can do to change that. And then the next thing is, what have you learned about yourself through this past year, through the pandemic, in and out of the pandemic? What have you learned about yourself? What are some areas that you can grow in just all on your own? I know for me, I am extremely bossy, I'm extremely picky, and I want everything to be done my way. I want it to be done my way, whether it's cooking dinner, whether it's cleaning, whether it's taking care of the kids. I want it all to be done exactly how I would do it. And you know, if you have a husband, or if you have a man that you've been with for a long time, men don't do things the way that you want them to do. And it drives me crazy. But I had to learn how to just let go, because I complain all the time. Oh, I gotta cook all the time, I gotta clean all the time. But then I have a husband that is there, that wants to help, that does help me, but then I'm complaining that he didn't do it right. So I had to learn how to take a step back, keep my mouth shut, and understand that everything is not going to be done exactly the way that I want them to be done. So I just have to sit back, I have to relax, and however it's done, it's done. And being appreciative that I have somebody that is willing to help me in whatever area in my life that I need help in, especially when it comes to just keeping our households intact and taking care of our children. The last thing is, what area can you grow in to be a better spouse? I guess those are kind of the same. I know for me, I can definitely be more understanding. I know that I can definitely be more patient when it comes to my husband and communication, because like I said, he does have MS. So we do miss each other a lot of times when it does come to communication and a lot of different things. So being able to have that patience and being able to be more patient in my relationship, in my marriage, is extremely important to me, and it's something that I constantly continue to have to be aware of and to continue to grow in. So that is all for this video. I hope it was, beneficial. I hope it brought you some value. And if it did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment. Tell me if this was helpful. Tell me how your relationship has been holding up. Are you guys surviving? Are you guys hanging on, by a thread? Are you just fed up? Did you leave your person, during this pandemic? Let me know how you guys are holding up. I really and truly want to know. So remember, you can follow me on Nice Growing Space on Instagram, Facebook, and you can also follow my new coaching business that I'm going to be launching soon, True Growth Coaching. And you can follow True Growth Coaching on Facebook and Instagram at Nyrisha the Growth Coach. Thank you again for tuning in. I will see y'all next week.